and welcome to today's weather forecast. And the Storm Prediction Center has upgraded the day one outlook for eastern Texas to a moderate risk. Let's dive right in. The moderate risk update here at the 11:30 update this morning from the Storm Prediction Center has Waco, Texas, down through Austin, Texas, near Lufkin, Bryan, Texas, College Station, Temple, Texas, Round Rock, Texas, all in a moderate risk for severe weather as we head into late this afternoon into this evening, with an enhanced risk surrounding it here across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, getting over towards Shreveport, Louisiana, down to Houston, and just to the east here of San Antonio, Texas, including Arlington, Plano, and into the Houston metro, like I said, and then a slight risk of severe weather surrounding that. The tornado probabilities as we head into this afternoon and evening show here as planned. The tornado probability this afternoon here is significant across a good chunk of east central Texas here from Dallas-Fort Worth here, the significant hatch risk of EF2 to EF5 strength tornadoes down through Waco, Texas, Austin, Texas, Houston, Lufkin, and then getting up toward the Shreveport, Louisiana area here as well. And then here's some surrounding areas, even into southern Oklahoma, portions here of southwestern Arkansas, northern portions here of Louisiana, and getting down into South Texas, still in that tornado zone as well. And then as we head here into this afternoon, a significant wind area has been added here around the College Station area, Bryan, Texas, Huntsville, Texas, Palestine, Texas, and then Jacksonville, Texas here as well, and near the Lufkin area, just east of Waco, north and east of Austin here for a potential of 75 plus mile per hour wind gusts. And also a significant hail risk covers much of central and eastern Texas, getting up here around, the Wichita Falls area, down through Dallas-Fort Worth, just to the west of Shreveport, Waco, Texas, Austin, Texas, San Antonio, Houston metro area, for Arlington, Texas. A lot of areas in the significant hatched risk for large and giant hail of 2 inches or 3 inches in diameter or larger. So some very big hail is expected. Now, as we look here at the significant tornado parameter here this afternoon, still showing some very robust values as we head into late this afternoon into the early and mid-evening hours across east central Texas, kind of centered around Dallas, down through here, College Station, the Houston area, getting down towards Waco, Arlington, Texas, getting down here even into San Antonio. Some very large values here on the significant tornado parameter does suggest that any supercell that develops along this cold front and pushes to the east into this environment will be very favorable for producing strong, long-tracked, and potentially violent tornadoes as we head into late this afternoon and in through the evening and even into the overnight hours. The tornado threat does seem to exist across eastern Texas and then getting into Louisiana here overnight. Looking at the bulk shear output here from the short-range weather models, you can see the winds here just a few thousand feet up will just be coming in here, screaming in out of the south-southwest here, pumping in all that moisture. Dew points will be rising here into the middle and upper 60s to near 70 this afternoon, and also temperatures will be rising well into the 70s across much of this area, 60s and 70 temperatures here as we head into the afternoon across east central Texas, and here with the warm front kind of draped across southern portions here of Oklahoma. Now with this here, you can see winds out of the south here ahead of the cold front, and then here at the few thousand feet up. But here at the low levels, winds will be coming more out of the south and southeast. So that will kind of create a lot of rotating thunderstorm activity as we head into the afternoon, with a lot of rotation in the atmosphere. And that'll get these storms rocking and rolling, I think, across central Texas here at first, and then migrating eastward and maturing across east central Texas, portions of far southern Oklahoma, far southwestern portions of Arkansas, and to northwestern Louisiana. These dangerous thunderstorms will be. This is the high resolution forecast model here. This is noontime, and let's move this along. You can see a couple thunderstorms starting to develop as we head into central and north central Texas as we head into early this afternoon, and a few of these could start to become isolated to scattered supercells as we head into early this afternoon here just west of Dallas-Fort Worth, getting down towards San Antonio, Waco, Texas, just to the west of you. So do be on the guard. This is around 2 to 3 o'clock this afternoon, and these storms will only continue to develop. I am very concerned about a couple of these thunderstorms developing here into east central Texas from near Waco down toward College Station, around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, getting down toward Houston, Texas, Arlington, Texas. These areas are concerning because these supercells that develop along this here kind of broken line, each one of these could be producing significant tornadoes and long track tornadoes at that as they push across eastern Texas and move into northwestern Louisiana overnight tonight. So some very dangerous thunderstorms are ahead. And unfortunately, I think the tornado parameters are coming together for a major tornado outbreak as we head into today and into tonight and even into the day tomorrow here as well, just further to the east. So this is 4 p.m. See thunderstorms developing, and they'll push across eastern Texas. Like I said, a few of these could be producing significant tornadoes, EF2 or stronger type tornadoes across eastern Texas, maybe far southeastern Oklahoma, far southwestern portions of Arkansas. This is around 6 p.m. dinner time, still in eastern Texas. And then these thunderstorms will start to move east here to far eastern Texas as we head into around mid-evening, 9 p.m. this is, and you can see thunderstorms starting to get into far northwestern portions here of Louisiana towards Shreveport, far southwestern portions of Arkansas, still hanging around here into far southeastern portions of Oklahoma. Still a dangerous tornado threat even overnight, so do keep your weather radios here humming as we head into tonight. Do make sure you do have like a bicycle helmet here around, because if you have flying debris, you definitely want to have a helmet on. Also get into the lowest here level of your home, preferably a basement or a center of your home in a center room away from windows, because these storms could be producing some very big and giant hail, some very strong winds, and you do not want all that debris flying through a window here in this afternoon. So do watch these thunderstorms. These do mean business as we head into the afternoon, and then more back building of thunderstorms as we head into around here early Tuesday morning around 1 a.m. back building of some storms down here through Texas, and that will increase the flash flooding risk as we head into tonight and into early tomorrow morning as well. And this will go through about 6 a.m. and thunderstorms will continue training, I think, over far southeastern Texas. So from around Houston up through, east of Waco, Texas, getting up towards Shreveport, kind of an atmospheric river type of event where just a lot of back building of thunderstorms, a lot of moisture coming in here with the storm system. So a few inches of rain are possible. I say around 2 to 4 inches of rain or more potentially in localized spots are exactly likely for these areas, because there's a lot of rainfall, a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and this will be squeezed out in the form of some heavier thunderstorms with continued severe weather hazards across Arkansas, getting down into Louisiana and East Texas as we head into overnight, with mainly a damaging wind threat. But a few tornadoes and a couple of strong tornadoes can still be possible even well into the overnight hours, so do be on guard for that. Now, as we head into Tuesday's outlook, this is the day 2 outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, shows another moderate risk of severe weather centered around Jackson, Mississippi, getting down towards Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Clinton, Mississippi, and Pearl, Mississippi, and then kind of close to around the Laurel, Mississippi area here as well. If you remember the strong tornado that went through that area here a couple of years ago, that is also in play in those areas. New Orleans is in here, the enhanced risk, also down into Lafayette, Louisiana, Tuscaloosa, Gulfport, Mississippi, all in the enhanced risk of severe weather, with a slight risk and marginal risk surrounding that. A little marginal risk up toward Kansas City here, down toward Springfield, Missouri, and those areas, Jefferson City, those areas. Those are more towards elevated thunderstorms with hail producers, maybe a few isolated damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour around kind of the cold core low up into that region here into west central portions of Missouri on Tuesday. Now, it looks like here the tornado probabilities, significant hashed area of tornadoes here across here, Jackson, Mississippi, getting down here into Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Louisiana. Those areas definitely be on guard. Just to the south and west of Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama, a 5% risk of tornadoes and a small area tornado risk here as we head to west central portions of Missouri, far eastern Kansas, as we around the Kansas City area, Jefferson City, down towards Springfield, Joplin, Missouri. Those areas here, and a 2% tornado risk for tomorrow as well. And then the wind risk here, 30% chance or enhanced around portions of the south central Mississippi, getting into southern and eastern portions here of Louisiana, western Alabama. Small wind risk here up into west central portions of our Missouri, and then a hail risk here into portions here of south central Louisiana, southern Mississippi, with a kind of enhanced hail risk there, 30%, and then a small hail risk with some smaller hail possible, maybe up to around nickel size here into west central Missouri. Now, looking at this here, we'll start at 6 a.m. here on Tuesday. These storms will continue moving to the east. They'll kind of pivot more to the east here as we head through mid-morning, so this kind of atmospheric river will start to shut off. And then some heavier thunderstorms, some stronger wind gusts, maybe a few tornadoes still rocking and rolling across, Louisiana, southern portions of Arkansas, getting into far northwestern portions here of our state of Mississippi. And then you can see as we push to the east, a very potent line of some very intense thunderstorm activity is expected here across the Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi border. This is around midday tomorrow at noon. We could see wind gusts of around 70, maybe 80 miles per hour along the leading edge of this line potentially. Also, if you can have some discrete supercells ahead of the main line, that is the most concerning for a few strong and violent long track tornadoes as we head into tomorrow early afternoon. So very volatile weather forecast is kind of evolving as we head into tomorrow. So this is around Jackson, Mississippi, down toward New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Tuscaloosa. Those areas need to be on the lookout for some violent tornado potential as we head into tomorrow afternoon ahead of the main line. So there could be a 1-2 punch. You could get a supercell ahead of the main line, and then kind of a bowing structure or a squall line pushing through behind that with the main front, the main cold front, as we head into early and mid-afternoon across Mississippi, getting down into southern portions here of Louisiana. And this will continue moving to the east here into Alabama, portions of Tennessee, getting some heavy rain, maybe some stronger wind gusts up into those regions, potentially here in the middle Tennessee, with maybe a marginal risk in those areas of severe weather. And some very strong storms still pushing through portions of Birmingham, down through New Orleans here as we head into around tomorrow at dinner time around 7 p.m. And then these storms will continue moving east here and weaken slowly, gradually here as we head into early Wednesday morning. And then as we head into Wednesday, the Storm Predictions Day 3 outlook shows a slight risk of severe weather from the Carolinas and portions of southern Virginia down through much of Georgia and into the northwest Florida panhandle here, into northern Florida and far southeastern portions here of Alabama, with a marginal risk extending as far north here as eastern Indiana, much of the state of Ohio, so around Fort Wayne down through Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Louisville right on the crosshairs there, just east of Nashville, so around Knoxville, down through Chattanooga, and even down here into Orlando and Tampa Bay, Florida, in a marginal risk as we head into tomorrow, with the wind and hail possible as we head into tomorrow. Wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour, hail up to quarter or half dollar size, and even here a possibility of a couple of tornadoes, but I think the tornado risk on Wednesday will be a little lower, but non-zero risk of tornadoes here on Wednesday across the eastern seaboard, so do watch that. Along with the tornadoes, the damaging winds and large hail threat, there is a flash flooding threat as we head into today. A moderate risk from the Weather Prediction Center of flash flooding across south central portions here of Arkansas, getting in here to far eastern Texas, northwest Louisiana, into Shreveport, down through College Station, and getting down here close to the Houston area with a slight risk zone here of flash flooding from the Weather Prediction Center's outlook on day 1. And then the storm as it pushes east, a large moderate risk of flash flooding here from the Weather Prediction Center's day 2 outlook across Jackson, Mississippi, kind of the center point there, getting over toward Birmingham, Alabama, back here towards the Baton Rouge area, maybe just north of there. And then here a slight risk covering much of the state here of Alabama, getting into much of Louisiana, far east Texas, getting up into middle and western Tennessee, western Kentucky, with a slight risk of flash flooding as we head into tomorrow, with a lot of rainfall with these here thunderstorms as well as the severe hazards. So do be on guard for that. Remember to like my video. Remember to subscribe to my channel here, as I will have updates all through the week of this severe weather, including tomorrow's major tornado outbreak here, continuancy from today. And also here I will be covering upcoming storms as we head into early next week. I will be looking at a longer range forecast here the upcoming 2 weeks here as we head into tomorrow or Wednesday. on my video after the storm system passes to give you an idea of the upcoming weather pattern. But for now, I will keep you updated on all this dangerous severe weather, and please be safe, everyone, here as we head into today and tomorrow and even Wednesday for the severe weather outbreak. Remember to subscribe to my channel, as I'll have all this content for you and more updates to come. So thank you for watching my video.